Hello everyone. Imagine the chances of witnessing massive underwater tsunamis, landslides, and catastrophic floods. The chances are about 1 in a billion. But guess what? Today is your lucky day. We have compiled videos of these rare natural phenomena. Remember to subscribe and share the videos. The breach of the dam at Dawning Lake in Hunan Province, China, triggered a massive natural catastrophe, leading to widespread flooding across numerous regions. A deluge of water inundated the country, resulting in the damage of tens of thousands of homes, the obliteration of roads and bridges, and the evacuation of hundreds of thousands of residents. The torrent, laden with mud and debris, resembled a monstrous force consuming everything in its trajectory. Homes that once provided shelter crumbled in an instant. The roads, once bustling, were reduced to rubble and sludge, presenting a scene of devastation that was both terrifying and heartrending. People stand along a riverside path, watching the high waves crash against the shore. The sky is clear with few clouds. The scene is both beautiful and somewhat terrifying due to the force of nature. High tides hit the shore in Cape Town, South Africa, destroying fences and covering parking areas and roads, causing flooding of structures near the shore. Various regions of Poland experienced intense flooding as a result of persistent heavy rainfall. The water levels surged quickly, submerging streets and homes, compelling residents to leave their properties. Numerous roads and bridges became unusable. The catastrophic flash flood in Beijing led to riverbanks overflowing and bridges collapsing. It was astonishing to witness as the floodwaters surged high and fast, obliterating everything in their way. The bridges, once symbols of stability, succumbed to the overwhelming force of the waters, leaving behind only fragments under nature's immense pressure. This sight leaves us feeling powerless and overwhelmed by the relentless destruction. The catastrophic natural disaster has ravaged numerous homes and continues to expand its reach. The anguish of witnessing the bridge's destruction is terrifying. As it collapsed, the debris plunging into the torrent vividly illustrates the unpredictable nature of such devastation. The floods in China are exceedingly terrifying and destructive, engulfing entire villages and cities. The relentless waters are washing away homes and possessions, forcing people to desperately seek safe refuge. I fervently hope they receive the necessary aid to endure this catastrophe. The torrents are cascading down from the mountains, mercilessly sweeping away everything in their path. It is truly horrifying to see typically tranquil streams transformed into ferocious waterfalls, raging like untamed beasts. Poland is enduring a disastrous hailstorm that has devastated the entire region. Fist-sized hailstones and storm winds have uprooted trees and immobilized traffic, leaving a trail of tragedy and destruction. The Kurani River has completely surged over its banks, inundating the foundations of homes. The water level seems to be as high as 3 feet. Natural resources and police have been deployed in kayaks and boats to assist those impacted. In one instance, 2 women were observed in a home with water up to their waists. This situation might not be unique to the community, which is among the most affected by the current system.
Dentro del agua prácticamente por el costado del puente, ya que por el puente
A formidable typhoon with intense winds struck China, resulting in extensive destruction. The ferocious storm swept everything away, leaving a landscape of chaos and ruin. People were terrified and couldn't fathom the immense damage caused by the typhoon. It felt like the end of the world in China when a powerful tornado with ferocious winds struck Hunan province, causing widespread devastation and panic among the residents. The scene was horrifying, as if nature itself was unleashing its wrath on the land. Black clouds swirled ominously in the sky. It was an extraordinary tornado. While many wanted to witness and film the event, the priority was to find safe shelter, especially with the tornado heading directly towards them. The waves were crashing against the shore, sending white foam into the air. The seawall in the foreground was covered with snow, indicating cold weather conditions with a gloomy sky above. A huge wave at Rockaway Beach, Pacifica, California, where high waves crashed against the shore, splashing water high into the air. 2 people standing near the shore witnessed the scene and were hit by the wave. This once beautiful city in China has been devastated by a tornado, with the sky turning pitch black as it descended upon the area. It felt like a harbinger of the storm of the century. I am left speechless after witnessing this scene. Lightning streaked across the night sky, creating a breathtaking light show. Stones fell like rain, making it unsafe to venture outside. Large hailstones descended like giant fireworks, shattering the roofs of hundreds of houses. This event left people struggling as heavy rain compounded their difficulties. The hail fell so densely that it resembled a blanket of white snow covering the roads. It's incredible that on May 9th, a 7.7 magnitude earthquake struck Mexico, leaving behind devastation and panic. The earthquake shook the ground and instilled fear among the population, who are now hoping for the best. This scene, orchestrated by a talented director, has made life more bewildering than ever. Do you know what this phenomenon is? Leave a comment below so we can explore and discuss it together. The air became suffocatingly stuffy as Mount Etna suddenly erupted. Both locals and tourists had to evacuate urgently, abandoning their homes and temporary shelters due to the severe dangers of the eruption. A severe storm struck sections of the Monterrey metropolitan area, delivering hail, high winds, and torrential rain. On Garzasada Avenue, vehicles were stranded, electricity was lost, trees were toppled, and streetlights were brought down. Numerous residential neighborhoods in the Monterrey metropolitan area experienced power outages. At Tec de Monterrey, an elevator dropped, but fortunately, no one was hurt. It was incredible to see the red lava fiercely flowing through the iron fence, resembling a monstrous creature attempting to incinerate everything in its way. The intense heat radiating from the eruption made it quite uncomfortable. When a volcano erupts violently, it's best to observe from a safe distance. I advise staying well away from the epicenter of this eruption. It's fantastic that someone thought of roasting marshmallows on the Pacaya volcano in Guatemala. They must have a unique flavor infused with volcanic heat. Would you like to try it? Meanwhile, in southern Switzerland at Bassa, a violent thunderstorm brought over 250 millimeters of rain in 24 hours. At the Santa Petronilla waterfall in Turkey, a massive wave struck the city, submerging power lines and cars in water. Oh no, it wasn't just a normal wave but a tsunami. Fear and anxiety spread rapidly. Enormous waves, accompanied by strong winds, struck Antalya, Turkey. The entire city was engulfed in a violent deluge, as if the ocean had erupted onto the land. Large waves in Pacifica, California on December 28, 2023. A coastal road is flooded with seawater and strong waves crash on the shore. Several people and vehicles are present at the scene. A powerful storm surge hits Wells Beach, Maine on January 13, 2024. The sea is rough with high waves crashing onto the shore, creating a white foam blanket over the area. Homes near the shoreline are being battered by the waves and wind. Flooding caused by high tide in Male, Maldives. The scene includes strong waves crashing onto the shore, causing flooding and spraying water high into the air, knocking nearby motorcyclists off their feet. If you enjoy living near the sea, you might want to reconsider. The fierce storm Pier struck the coast of St. Malo in Brittany, France, generating waves as powerful as giant sea monsters. When Mother Nature is enraged, her fury is uncontrollable. Trust me, it's wise to be cautious and not provoke her wrath. A massive landslide demolished a dam in Indonesia. The scene was terrifying, as thousands of tons of rocks collapsed, transforming the area into chaos and destruction. Over 600,000 people had to be urgently evacuated. The landslide triggered by heavy rain in the area destroyed hundreds of houses along the road. The scene is truly heartbreaking and frightening. May God protect the people here and help them overcome this tragedy. Oh my gosh, the flood left the road submerged. Thousands of people lost their homes as water levels rose to record highs, leading to the dam's destruction and flooding the surrounding areas. The Mangi Reservoir, which supplies water and irrigation to the region, became the epicenter of a natural disaster, causing significant economic damage. The illusion created by strong winds and soft moss is fascinating, but there is no clear explanation for this phenomenon. Can you explain it to me? A huge wave crashes over a seaside promenade in Dinastia, with a person watching nearby. Towering waves crashed along the promenade in Dinastia, right next to onlookers. Landslides pose a significant danger, but avalanches are equally terrifying. Avalanches descend from steep mountainsides like white waterfalls, wielding immense destructive power. The once pristine snow transforms into a lethal force, sweeping away everything in its path. Surfer facing a large blue wave in the middle of the ocean against a clear blue sky. In New York, people were immobilized by the blizzard. The snowfall was so heavy that it blanketed the entire city in a stunning yet harsh white layer. Roads and sidewalks were buried under thick snow, completely halting traffic. After a snowstorm, snow removal crews worked tirelessly. The massive snowplows are like brave warriors charging into the white expanse, striving to clear the paths and restore normalcy to the city. I wonder how long it would take to reach the North Pole at this pace. These machines are truly impressive. For the locals, clearing snow brings unexpected joy. Who would have thought that snow removal could be both a duty and a way to relieve stress? No one could bring them a blanket. Their car was entirely encased in ice, with thick layers covering the windshield and the entire body, turning it into a giant block of ice. This is why they were late for work. Huge tidal waves crash against the Pacifica Pier, creating a powerful and majestic sight. How do you feel when you see the frozen waterfall? Isn't it incredible? The blinding snow obscures the view, and the roar of the ice and avalanche drowns out all other sounds. It's terrifying. Our horses are suffering in the blinding snow, and it's heartbreaking to see them endure the harsh winter. May peace come to our brave horses. Oh my God, this place now has a wild and fierce beauty instead of its usual peacefulness. The scattered icebergs make us shiver with fear. It's truly scary and terrifying. This scene, like a watercolor painting, is a reminder to respect and protect our natural environment. The dripping water accumulates into a massive flood. The scene is both terrifying and heartbreaking, showcasing the unimaginable damage nature can cause. After the water recedes, a devastating phenomenon has occurred. Multi-million-dollar homes on Pacifica Beach are collapsing under the weight of the unstoppable rock. The weather forecast can't overlook this massive hailstorm. Enormous hailstones, as big as balloons, have pounded China, causing severe damage to numerous vehicles and homes. A highway bridge has crumbled on the outskirts of Barranquilla, Colombia's principal city in the Caribbean. 2 cars and a motorbike plunged into the void created by the collapse, according to local firefighters. The apparent cause of the collapse was heavy rains that caused flooding. Images show the road now has a hole approximately 5 meters deep as a result of the incident. It's unbelievable who will cover the damage in this situation. The car was swept away, and we can only hope that no one was hurt. In the opposite hemisphere, an astonishing phenomenon has occurred, allowing us to estimate the temperature without a thermometer. Unlike the desert's heat, the cold of snow and ice has proven less picturesque than expected. As the thick layers of snow and ice begin to melt, they create serious issues for ships on the lake, causing everything to become more stagnant. Conversely, snow is a favorite of sports enthusiasts who relish immersing themselves in nature. What's your reaction to this image? It seems they should consider reinforcing the roof to endure this 85-mph windstorm. How fortunate to capture the lightning striking the tallest building in the city. At a depth of 990 meters, 32,200 feet, in Monterey Bay, our ship unexpectedly encountered a massive whirlpool. It was both astonishing and a bit alarming. In the Tibet Autonomous Region, a massive flood is ravaging the area, sweeping away both a red car and an entire high-rise building. It's like a thrilling scene from a Hollywood film. Instead of retreating, the driver accelerated to pursue the sandstorm. The sandstorm hit with nightmarish intensity, enveloping the city in a red veil of thick dust, turning the air dry and hot, and creating a somber, oppressive atmosphere. There's no place in the world that's safe from nature's unpredictability while traveling. When nature decides to show its power, nothing can prevent you from being overwhelmed by its astonishing force. At times, unforeseen events can occur, leading to frightening consequences.